Hi, it's the Dazzling One, and we just finished real life talk on present. Well, I had a lot more to say, and I felt like it was a little hardcore. It was a little hardcore than what I'm, than what I normally do. But I decided to continue on with the subject. Talked about the problem. Now we know, one of my customers said, people that are always on their phones are trolls. They're trolling it. They're trolling the internet. They're trolls. And then I got an image of a little troll, and beep, and I got to thinking, I don't want to be a troll. They're like little people that live under the ground, and that's like that's a perfect analogy, because you're living in the underground of your cell phone. You're living in the underground of your computer. You're living in the underground of reality TV. You're living in the underground, but you're not out in the light. You're not living in the sun. You're not living in the moonlight. You're not living your life. You're so concerned with who's posting what and what they're doing on their fabulous vacation, or how they're doing this and how they're doing that. Who cares? Who cares? That's their life to live. So I decided to say, I know that it's an addiction, and I saw some of the quotes when I told you in the last video. I saw different quotes and things, and they said the cell phones are a new cigarette addiction. And I said, wow. And I pondered a little bit, and I was like, you know what? That's so true. That's so true, because they can't stop smoking, so you can't stop being on there. Now, let me tell you a few tips that I find that what I do on a daily basis with my cell phone. And I use it as a tool. It is a tool, and it's amazing. It's an amazing tool. But I don't want my cell phone to control me. I want to control my cell phone. So, of course, I use it for calls. I use it for text messages. I check it every so often. I don't check it every few minutes because I don't care. Unless I'm waiting for somebody to call me. So what I do is I get up in the morning, and it's not the first thing I touch, unless I'm expecting a call or something, or I text somebody before I went to bed. But I get up, I do my morning devotion time, I get myself ready, do whatever I have to do for the day. Then I look at my cell phone. I may check my voicemail. I check some Voxer, which is a walkie-talkie app that I have two really close girlfriends, and we're always in contact with each other. But but it's not a thing that I'm doing 100% all the time. And I have a business, so I check it for that. And then I can put my phone down. Me and my daughter went out last night, and we went and had a little bit of dessert, and I left my cell phone at home. I didn't even realize it until halfway through the dessert, and I was like, I don't have my cell phone. I'm thinking it to myself. I'm like, I don't even have my cell phone. It didn't even occur to me till we were almost done. And I look at her, I look at her, and I look at the people around us, and it's like, you know what? I was with her. We're laughing, we're joking, we're giggling, because I was talking to her. Okay? Nobody on the cell phone at that moment, unless it's an emergency, is more important than the time I was spending with my child at that moment, because that moment's precious. You know what I'm saying? That moment we'll never get it back again. I can't go back today and be like, oh, I wish I would have not been looking at my cell phone. I wish I would have been paying attention to what my teenager is telling me or saying to me. We can never get. And time is so valuable, we can never get it back. And I know people hear that, but it's like, if you take a trip and you go someplace and you maybe you're visiting friends, that time that you have with them is so precious. Or even, it doesn't have to be some trip. It's the people you're going out to dinner with, or you're, be present for those people. Be present. Are you present? Be present, because life is too short not to be present. Don't let social media, the internet, cell phones, computers, don't let them control you. You control them. They're not your boss. You be the boss of them. Okay? I'm not going to bed with my phone I'm not going to bed with the phone in my bed. My phone is across the room on the charger. You know, and I turn the ringer off, it's time for bed. Again, unless there's an emergency situation, which we don't have an emergency situation every single day. So I don't need to be that tied in. But if I know something's happened and I'm waiting for somebody to reach out, then I might leave my ringer on, but I still keep it across the room. Because I refuse. I think I'm just too stubborn to give up that much control to an object. And I'm not knocking you if this is something that you struggle with. But I want you to just think about this. So if there's 24 hours in a day and we sleep, say maybe 8, you know, that's what they say we should do. But say we sleep in about 8 hours a day. And so we are... you know, we have these other hours. We have that we're up and we're doing stuff and different things. You know, if you're a person that's on the phone for 12 hours looking at what everybody's doing, why not cut it down to 10? And why not, you know, if you're on 10, cut it to 8 and just maybe gradually wean yourself back. But if you want to, and that's only if you think that it's a problem. It's not a problem. I just don't want to, I mean, you know, there's enough stuff in the world to kind of, that you don't have control over. So I don't want to give control to something that I do. You know, we can't control whether the sun is going to shine or the moon's going to be bright, or is it going to be a gloomy day or a sunny day. We don't have any control over that. We don't have control over what other people do, but we do have control over how we react to stuff and what we choose to do with our time. So I hope this video was useful to you. You want to be remembered for. Think about the children in your life who are children today, but they'll be teenagers tomorrow. And then the day after, you know, days after that, they'll be adults. Do you want to be a person where your nieces or nephews or children or aunts and uncles, kids, anybody in your life, the people you work with, the people that you're friends with, your family members, do you want to be a person that they're just like, I really loved her. I just really wish I could have got to know her better. I wish I could have made a connection with him better. I wish that, you know, I could have really got into some of the things that he's interested in. Well, this is the Dazzling One, and I hope you enjoyed this life talk, and I hope you found it useful and powerful, and I hope it gives you just something to think about wherever you fall in the gambit, whether you barely use your phone and you don't remember where you put your phone, to whether your phone is like oh my gosh, I left my phone home and I got to turn all the way around in a 30-minute trip to go back to get it. Or are you using it for the tool that it's meant for? Well, have a wonderful and amazing, amazing day. Bye-bye.